And we don't have time to lose, we have to continue with the weapon. Which is, I'm calling the weapon this thing here, which is not exactly looking like the weapon, or a weapon at all. But it is a weapon, hopefully, or not, but whatever. So, how to do this particular thing in here? I will start from a plane, just a simple plane, and then we will go from there. So, let's not do it in this mesh. So I'll go back to object mode, and I will apply a plane. Then I will rotate this plane. But first I will go to edit mode and then rotate this plane 90 degrees and scale it and put it into position here. Okay, so now what I want to do is take part of this plane and move it a little bit more into the center. Then I will add a mirror modifier, and then I will add clipping, and then I will move this central line and it will snap into the center. And then we will not be able to move it anymore, which is great because that's the idea here. Now I will go to the front view, Alt-Z, and then we will start doing it. Now it's not exactly central, which is not good for me. We have to make it more central. So I will move this plane, the back plane, I will move it a little bit like this, so it's more in the center of the things. Yeah, that's my mistake. It's not in the center, but now I will try to select this plane, press Tab and Alt-Z. It's almost in the center, it's not exactly. I will try with Alt-Q to select this. No, I cannot do this. So Alt-Q. No, I cannot select in edit mode this plane. I can select other things, but the plane I cannot. So it cannot be selected in edit mode. It's good to know. Because it's another type of object. It's not exactly this object that we anticipated. Okay, we are here, Tab, Alt-Z. Now we are almost exactly at the center. Now I can start from this angle, press G, move this down, press G and move this here, and G, move this up. We're surrounding this with polygons now. So Control R here, move it down, G down. Yeah, with G I'm moving. And basically I will try to put as little as possible polygons, but at some point we'll have to put more. But for now, as little as possible to achieve this great result. Here, by the way, let's see how much polygons we'll need. Let's place 3. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 I will need. Okay, 5 polygons like this. And then I will have to manually put them where they should be. Of course, the problem here also will be that this thing will have to make it to the curve of the whole object, which could prove a little bit difficult, but we'll see. This has to be a curve. Now it's a plane, just a planar object. But as I told you, we will probably prevail at some point. I'm not sure if we'll have to do this from this object and make holes or something, or we can make those things different objects and just apply them to this one. But probably holes will be fine. We have to do them probably. So Control R here and put it around this area. And down here, Control R and put them in here. Oops, like this, yes. And now I will also Control R in here and put it here. And the more polygons we put, the more difficult it will be to work with this. That's why we are starting with lower number of polygons, because we want everything to be very low, so we can do everything much easier. With more polygons, more problems. That's the idea. Okay, I don't care about those polygons that much. Now I will try to achieve some kind of a result here, like some kind of a hole. And then we'll see, maybe we will make those borders as separate objects, because I don't see it how they will fit to these holes that we'll make now. But as I told you, we'll see. Now, the idea here is I will extrude inward or just make a hole. I can make a hole, it's not a big idea, a big deal. Or just leave it like this. And let's see how this looks. Yeah, we have to make it round, but maybe first make the holes and then I will make it round. If I make the holes, if I delete it, if I delete those polygons, and then I make thickness, then there will be complete holes, which is okay. I think I'm okay with that. If I need something else, I can put a kind of something between or inside, like a plane, a black plane inside or something. We'll see. For now, I will leave them like holes. It's okay. Now we have those, let's say, planes. Let's see this from a top. Yeah. So what I want to do is push it forward until it almost touches here, and then we'll have to kind of wrap it around. So how to do this? I'm not exactly super sure how to do this. Let's go from the top view, which I think was 7. Yes, 7. And this could prove fatal for us. Probably we have to apply a different modifier, which I'm not sure how to work with. So sometimes we get to a point that we don't know exactly what to do. For example, lattice modifier. I'm not sure it will work because it's red. Maybe we have to put it above the mirror modifier. No. Object. But, okay, what? I need this object to be a lattice. No. I don't know. Maybe this lattice is for another thing. I thought it will help us, but it wouldn't. Or lattice modifier works only, not in edit mode. Let's see. No, it's not working. Basically, the idea here is, let me think. Okay, the only thing I kind of can think about it is, let me show you what I have thought about. So I will put my pivot, 3D gizmo, I mean, Shift C in the center. Then I will apply a cylinder, mesh cylinder, which I will make with at least 32 sides. Then I will press tab, make it smaller, and kind of try to move it in here. And press S, move it like this, and put it here. So, why did I do that? Some of you will notice why, or will understand, because I want to use this as an object. Let me name it F2, our cylinder. I don't know, we have a lot of things here, and I need this cylinder to be a little bit more different than the others, because I will select with Alt Q, I will select this, then I will go to shrink wrap modifier, and I will add this cylinder. And yeah, something like this was my goal here. Not exactly sure that it's working perfectly. Let's try project with -2. And now I think it's okay. I don't see it quite well. Let's go back like this. Yeah, that's what I needed. So I will apply the shrink wrap modifier, and I will get rid of this cylinder. Just put it down. I don't need it for now, but that doesn't mean that I will not need it later. And now it's a little bit strange because it doesn't seem to be symmetrical or absolutely symmetrical, or the whole object here, our kind of a weapon, it's not exactly in the center. So I will try to move it a little bit so it's more central. I think this is more like it. And now I will Control A and apply all transformations, and now it will be in the center. This door is kind of looking good, so we are okay. Now, I'm not sure exactly if this should be how this should look like. But I will make thickness just to see how it will look, and make the thickness very thick. I mean, it will go inside the object. So, why am I doing this? Because otherwise, between this kind of a door or whatever it is and our object, I don't want to have distance between them. I don't have to have kind of a something there, so I have to put some polygons. Yeah, I'm afraid to put polygons in some of these areas. So now I will go to sculpt mode. Yeah, I know sculpt mode is my favorite. And then I will just push some of those things back just to see how it will work. If it doesn't work, I can always go back. And by the way, I very much like those kind of things that make me think, make me try to approach it in a different ways. Of course, some of you probably will think of another way to approach this, and it will not be worse than my way. Even maybe it will be better, who knows. But my way, this is my way on the highway. And I think this is okay. I think this will work. And I'm pretty sure. I've done similar things and they work, so this will work. So what else we need is those kind of borders here, which are protruding a little bit forward. So they're not flush with this, they're a little bit forward. So how to do them? Let me think. So maybe, just maybe, we can try to select this object. And let's do this. Select those edges. I'm just not sure exactly what I'm doing now, but I will try. Select this object, Shift D, and move them a little bit forward, just like this. Okay. And right click, separate selection. So now they are separate selection. We will not need the solidify. Oh, no, we will need the solidify in this. Control Z, but we don't need the solidify in those objects. But they're still the same. Why? The same object. Okay, I need them to be a separate object. So separate selection. Then I have to select them. Alt Q here, Alt Q here, Alt Q here. Okay, now we are on them. Solidify modifier remove. And now I will try to extrude them outward, which I'm not sure it will work, but press A to select everything, E to extrude, and S to scale. Kinda works. I'm happy with this. I mean, I can kinda work with this. It's okay. It's fine. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, now this and this, and this, oops, and this. I will manually fix whatever needs to be fixed. And also this, by the way, yeah, double click or alt click or control click. Yeah, control click. It has to be. And shift control click. No, I cannot select. Probably I don't know how to select different loops. Whatever. No, those I don't need. Why am I selecting? But I need the others. Control B. And then just like this. Amazing. Now, super nice. Yeah, obviously, yes. Now I need to select some edges and move them. So they are kind of the same width, all of them. Of course, we don't need super thin things here, as I told you. This is a stylized character, so we need more or less not so thin things. But you just were witness of this thought process that I kind of go through some days, and I just do this sometimes. Sometimes I just have to be a little bit creative. Of course, since my experience with Blender is not as big as many of you probably, I couldn't think of something better and some better way to do this. But I think I did it in the nice way. We'll see the results. So the results are important. Everything else is like brain farting. We just need results. If this works and the result is fine, we're good to go. We're amazing. Now those planes are not exactly planar because I moved them with G, just G, which could lead to a little bit of an issue, but first I will solidify now. And it looks fine, but I will press A to select everything and move it a little bit more forward. I need it to have this kind of a... I will not surround this with polygons, but I need it to be there. And then I will go to, of course, another modifier, which is called Subdivision Surface Modifier. You all know it very well. Your favorite Subdivision Surface Modifier. I will add 4 levels, and then I will go to Edge Data on the Solidify modifier and kind of try to do this. And ladies and gentlemen, we have amazing result. This is just I haven't been ever dreaming of something so beautiful. It's not good. I mean, here we have to move this up so it's more flat. But other than that, other than this kind of a hiccup, I think it came out pretty well. So we are fine. Of course, here we may need to make it kind of scale it down a little bit like this. So this to be a thicker border, and also at some other places we need to make the border at least thick as the other parts. But other than that, it's good to go. Yeah, looks like the concept. One-on-one. Now, do we have time? Oh, we have loads and loads of time. Unfortunately, I have to do the other things. Most of the time, after a win like this, because this is a pretty big win for me, it's not that big, but yeah, it's fine. I would just take a little break. I will watch some TV show a little bit, one episode, or I will go and spank the kids. No, of course not. But why did I say that? What's happening? I don't know. Okay, now this door here, how to make it? I will select this, press tab, then probably I will need to get this and this. Let me just tiny bit see what's going on here. I will select those guys, and they are not guys, you will say, they are just polygons, but let's say they are guys. It will be easier for us to shift D and then separate selection. And now it's separate, or it should be separate selection. So let's select it. At least we will try to select it. We will not be able to. And I will select it like this, press tab, and now we are there. We are there. Now we can turn on our snap because it will be needed. And then we'll go again to this position, and we will start working again with G, and it will snap. I don't know where it's snapping now. Probably it's not snapping on the right place. It's snapping on exactly the right position, so I think it's okay. Maybe the solidify modifier we don't need now. Let it snap, and we will see what will happen later. So press 1 on the numeric keyboard and then start doing this. Of course, we can do this from scratch, from a plane, it's okay. But now we have the curve, we have everything. Why don't we just do it? Why not? I think it's better this way. I don't see the other side, so I'm not sure exactly where this should go. But something like this should be fine. And this here. Yeah, this looks relatively fine. Should be in the right position, hopefully. Not sure. But I'm never sure until everything goes back. Everything is kind of done. When we are, before we are done, we cannot be sure if this will work. But we are doing the best we can. Now let me just disable this, press A, and move it a little bit forward just to see it. Looks pretty much okay to me. This kind of a door. I did it to the concept, or according to the concept, so it should be perfectly fine, hopefully. And this is the last symmetrical thing. The other things are not symmetrical here. So yeah, we'll do this. Of course, I'll add solidify modifier just because I want to see what's happening. Probably it shouldn't be that far away. A little bit like this. I'm not sure I will surround it with polygons. We have a top view, by the way. And this is this door. It could be a little bit thicker, maybe. Huh. Could be. And this thing here we have to do, it's also an interesting subject. I have a slight idea how to make all this mechanism. Here, the high poly. The low poly, I don't have a slight idea how to do it, because it will be pretty big deal. I mean, it will not be nice. I'm not super excited about the low poly of this particular object, but I've done worse, so I think it's okay. Yeah, I've done worst. I know it sounds strange, but I have been through a lot in all my years of character artist. I have been through so much pain, suffering, and basically that is it. Pain and suffering, which is enough. I think it's okay. Pain and suffering is fine. Now, let's go and take this thing, Shift D, put it here, and we need just one of the objects here, which is this one. So the other one I will just press X, faces, and delete. I want this one because I need to put it here, and also maybe in some other places we'll see, but for now I want it there. But first I need to be able to select all of it. So press L or just A, who knows, and then rotate it and put it into position and make it smaller, of course. S. Maybe I will rotate it a little bit, and this, of course, I will just try to adjust it by hand. Sometimes instead of learning how to make it mechanically, how to snap it or something, I just make it by hand. For me, sometimes it's faster. And since there are not too many objects, for example, if I want to put those kind of rivets here on the side, and I will at some point, I will have to do it a little bit more automatically than this. Because making it by hand, it's possible. And it's also not a big deal because there are not too many. But if there were too many, it would be pain. We are not afraid of the pain, you know, it's okay. Pain, don't worry. But yeah, now I want to add a cylinder outside this cylinder. I don't like because it's too many polygons. I will delete it and I will add Shift A, mesh, cylinder with 12. I think 12 is kind of a nice number. And this cylinder we will use for a lot of things. So now I will move it here, make it very much smaller, not bigger. I mean smaller. Yes, smaller is good. Now it's turned. I will Control Z and try to move it in small increments, because otherwise I have to flip it, which is not a big deal. I will flip it, but I don't like to flip it. But I have to sometimes. Okay, now G here. Then I will press Shift D to make another object. And this object, I will go and rotate it 90 degrees. Just behind me, I will press 90. And this will be this thing here, you will see. Yeah, I'm trying to use one object, not to create others, but from this object to create others, which is, yeah, I think it's okay. I will select this face, Control I to select the others, X to delete those faces, then select this face and move it here. And make it smaller, obviously. Let's see how small. press 1 and move it around this area. This small will be fine, maybe a little bit smaller. And then I will have to select few edges, maybe those 2 edges, yes, they will be nice, and extrude them in this direction. Of course, this will not do, obviously, so I will scale this. It doesn't work. I will scale this. It doesn't work because I cannot catch the scale, or the scale doesn't work exactly like that. So I will try to select the vertices and scale them upward. It's very interesting why this scale doesn't work. Maybe because it's on local. Let's try on global. No, probably it's not like this. Okay, I will press S and then Z and scale it on Z axis. No, I can't. It's just amazing how I cannot scale. Individual origins, is it? No. Okay, I will have to move it manually. This here, and this here. And this probably around this area. Let me try to scale again this. Yeah, I will scale, and then I'll press 0. No. Scale on x-axis 0. Let's break. SX0. Yes. And this flattens it. I will scale it on x-axis by 0, but I have to press the buttons. S to scale, X on x-axis, 0 to just flatten it. So I can flatten this one too, if I want. Again, S to scale on x-axis. No, this is z-axis. It will be awful. So, no. S to scale on x-axis, 0. And it flattens it. You have to choose the axis, and the axes are visible here, so it's okay. Now, we have this. And the other cylinder we will use for the hinge. And also we need few cylinders for this. So we will use it for a lot of things, this cylinder. So it will be very useful for us, this particular one. So I'll make it smaller. And then I will duplicate it like this. One cylinder here. Of course, we will need to rotate it like this with 90 degrees. I know this is pretty boring, but that's the life, you know. We have to do this. Press S to scale, then Shift D, rotate it on this axis 90. No, I have to write the 90 here, 90. And still, super boring, but for only 27 minutes until this point. So it's kind of okay. I can see that it's fine. This is okay. I'm just putting them there and forgetting about them. I don't care about anything else. I care just to put some things wherever they have to be. And that's it. I don't care about anything else. This, by the way, has to be curved. This thing here that we made has to be curved. So we'll see how we will manage to do this. Alt Q, A, G. I'm just saying what I'm doing, although it's visible, but yeah. And this, I will put more polygons here and I will curve it so it fits. And then we will make this thing, yeah. The guy who made the concept, our guy from Romania, he thought about those things. He thought about everything. It's very, very interesting. It's very rarely he spent time to think about all those things here. And they work. I mean, this is actually a door with a hinge, with a locking mechanism, which works. In the concept, it's rarely the case. Most of the time, they are fake things, and they work. They work, I mean, for the game. It could be used in the game, which is okay. But in this case, this could actually work in real life, which is the best if you can do this. But it's not always necessary, since we are making a game. It's fake. Most of the time, everything is fake. So this will be our hinge. And of course, I will make a middle part, which I will select one of those. I will try at least to select it with L. Shift D. and then scale it down and up. Alright, something like this. Let's see how it will be. Scale it again upward. Let's see, Alt Z, then 1. Alright, I got it. Something is okay. Yeah, I have to make it central to those kind of hinges. Then I will increase the size of it like this. It will be more like interesting. Now, I will select it. You'll notice that I'm a little bit tired now because there are a lot of things. I told you when I reach this kind of victory, even for 15 minutes, but it's a thought process. You have to think how to do it. And at some point I'm a little bit exhausted and I have to take a pee. No, just rest a little. Now, here I will make, let me show you. Control R, 2. Oops. Okay, did I make the Control R and 2? A. Move it here? No. Just L and move it. I have to select something. No, I haven't. So, Control R. And okay, move it 1 here. And again, Control R. And move it here. Yeah, it's a little bit tedious, whatever. Now I will press 3, select this one, Shift select this one, and Alt E, extrude face along normals, and extrude like this. Okay, it's like a rivet. Like a river. Down and sing the back river. Yeah, very nice song, by the way. I don't know if you understood which song I'm talking about, but it doesn't matter. So, this is okay. We have this hinge. Amazing hinge. The best hinge maybe ever. And we can continue with this. How much time we have? I will make this video long. I don't care, it's okay. Now, this will be our thing. We will move only backwards. Little by little. And Kaufland by Kaufland. And also Billa by Billa. Maybe Americans wouldn't understand what I'm talking about, but Europeans know, because those are the main food kind of things that we have here in Europe. Main food grocery stores or whatever you can say. Y, to move it on the y-axis. And just like this, I think it will be fine. I will move it a little bit on the side. And that's fine, that's fine. And if I say enough times that's fine, it definitely will be fine. I mean, amazing. No, it will not be. You have to just make it fine. It cannot be like, I will say it 2 more times and it will definitely be fine. No. Daddy, I killed a fly. Okay, say it will be fine a few times and it will be alive, no problem. No, it's not exactly, it doesn't work like that. And some of you will say, but why is he talking about this kind of things, which are not relevant to anything? I just like to have fun. I mean, sometimes when I work, I listen to a lot of stupid things, some podcasts or whatever. It's nothing relevant too much, just to have fun, and it's very, very important to be able to relax and kind of let your mind flow. At least that's what I think. This looks kind of nice. I don't dig it completely, but I think it's good enough for now. We will continue with this area. Let's see how it will be. I'm planning to do this kind of thing with the handle and then rotate it and put it in place. Or, even better, I will do it and not rotate it, and then when I do a low poly, then I will rotate it and put it in place. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but we'll see how it will work. But for now, this, I will put Control R, like this. Then I will select this and extrude along normals, make it thicker. Then Then let's try to bevel this, by the way. Control B. It happens. I can bevel this. It's amazing. I can control R in the middle also, and then I can inflate. No, I will bevel this also, the middle part. And then I will scale it. Yeah, I'm just doing this, you know. It's nothing too much. Nothing to talk about that much. I can go here and shift select those and Alt S to scale them down. It's not exactly scaling, I told you this is inflating, Alt S. LS is scaling, but this exactly is not scaling, it's inflating. Which obviously works well. So it's fine. Let's scale this down a bit. This will be the connection between this part and this. And now this handle, how to do it. And I look like a junkie, like a cocaine junkie, like what to do this now, how to do this. The truth is I have allergies in the spring. It's not yet spring, but in March they start to appear a little bit, this allergy. And it's super light. I mean, sometimes my nose is just clogged. It's nothing, but it's allergy anyway. A spring something we call it. I'm not sure how it's in English. But in order to make this certain thing here, I have to do some things. But first, let me go back to this area here. Select those. Shift D. No. Shift D. Now it's okay. And now separate selection. Oops. I have to select it. Okay. A. Rotate. Oh, I rotated it in the worst kind of way. Now I have to spend a lot of time to fix it. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, we have to make mistakes. If I don't make mistakes, how will you learn? I'm asking you, how will you learn if I don't make mistakes? You will not. That's the idea. I have to make certain mistakes in order for everybody to learn here, including myself. We learn from our mistakes. By the way, I'm reading now a book. I'm constantly reading some book, but now I'm reading... if you have heard, there is a movie also, Ender's Game. Very nice movie, and the book is even nicer. But in the same time and space with this, the events of the Ender's Game, there is another book, which is The Shadow of Ender, which is... tell the story of another boy, which is smarter than Ender, smaller, and it's very, very nice story, and I'm reading this book now. I have read it before, but I'm reading it again, and you can learn a lot of this from these books, by the way. They're pretty enlightening, we may say. I'll move this forward, and this is now a working kind of a thing, but it doesn't mean it's good for low poly. Quite the opposite. So, but you know, I like the challenge. I will try to make it in a low poly. All these things. I will definitely give it a shot. Not that I don't have a choice. What I can do, for example, here, is to make some things much thicker, so I don't have to fill here with polygons, which, by the way, could work. But first I have to apply the solidify modifier here. Apply it. And then I will select this, tab, go to this, and just move this like that. And this will give me more... I will not have to push polygons below this, which between those areas here. It will be a little bit awkward. Then I can select this, and I will move this back. Then I will select this, and I will move also this back. Yeah. I'm just trying to kind of make sure this is kind of a one mesh, and I will surround it with polygons only like one whole mesh, basically. That's my idea here. We'll see if it will work. Most of the time it works, so we'll see. Now, you see how this is starting to work? We have a few more things to take care of here. This arrow, this handle, this thing that he's holding, this basically a belt. This belt we have to do. We have to do the belt. Don't worry about it. But we will do it. I will basically go here, Shift D, select this and put it up. Control A to apply all the transformations, go to tab and select it, put it here, rotate it. Now it's on individual origins. Bounding box center will be better in this case. Rotate 90 degrees. It's okay. We will put it whatever we want to put it, and then we will put the belt on it. But before that, I want to delete maybe the inner part here, because it doesn't have inner part. I'm not sure about that. Let me think. It has inner part, but okay, I will do this. Press 3, select here. By the way, I'm not sure what happens here. It's strangely rotated, but I will select it anyway. Control plus. Okay, this will work here. So Control plus, X faces. And then here, okay, I will do this L and delete. Or not. Let me see. It's too much of hustle. I don't like it. Delete faces, no worry. Don't worry about anything. Now I will select those and Control R. Here Control R. And then I will deflate those. Oops, no. With Alt S it doesn't work, so I will try with S. Yeah, with S it will work, and then I will just move them like this. That's what I want to do. Something like this. And then in the middle, we can put something like, let me see, so inset here, and this will be 0.008, for example. I will insert this one in the same amount. It's very difficult sometimes to insert, by the way. So I will escape, Control Z, press again and press I. Now it works. 0.008. Enter. So it's the same amount. Now I can select them both, right click, and there was a bridge faces or something. Yeah, okay. And this was just a thing. Scale it, not scale it, but Alt S. Kind of a move it. And this will be our base for the thing with the belt. Yeah, certain things are interesting. And yeah, we'll have to do another video for this weapon, since it's kinda obviously a little bit complicated. But 43 minutes now. We have learned a lot of hard surface techniques and stupid things, but most likely you have learned a lot of things, hopefully. And